What one wheel are you riding underneath that?
And everyone's just watching me fail because this thing gets sucked under the boat. I'm like tripping.
And this is going viral. One guy showed up to the theater riding his own sandworm. Do you see this? Check this out. Look at this dude.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Scot Mendenhall. We're really excited to be with you for a special edition of Scot Mendenhall and Friends Conversation today. We have the opportunity to catch up with some of the most creative people we've seen of recently who are huge fans of the Dune 2 movie that just dropped. Jesse Myers and Nathan Roberts, coming from Tulsa, Oklahoma. They are two friends, I'm assuming, that put together a viral video that has gone crazy over the weekend to now, where one of them dressed up in a costume and rode one of the worm characters from Dune right there at an AMC theater around Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've got them in studio to talk to them, how they did it, why did they do it? How did it all work? And where do they go from here? So they've been in a whirlwind of interviews. I'm in studio with my wife, Holly.
Hey, everybody.
She's always part of our One Wheel podcast on Wednesdays. And then we have Lily over here to the left.
What's up? I just got to say, Oklahoma didn't see it coming.
No.
Oklahoma wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
But they're here for it now.
What was the last thing that came out of Oklahoma that was trending besides
Zach Bryan? That's all I know of. He's amazing. But and they're probably fans too, but this is not on the same level at all.
Okay, so we got it's a privilege and honor to hang with these two for the next few moments, just to dive deep in how did they pull this off. And so it is our pleasure from the Scot Mendenhall and Friends podcast to bring in Jesse Myers and Nathan Roberts from Oklahoma. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
We're doing great. Now, for those that are watching and they don't know which one of you is Nathan and which one of you is Jesse, so who's who?
Hey, I'm Jesse Meyer, and yeah, I'm the guy in the costume, the worm rider, and this is my cinematographer, Nathan.
Well,
amazing.
So you guys did great, okay? To just see all the footage and the reposts of it, I just can't help but smile every time. So my question to you, as you are riding around on the worm and you're buzzing by people, are you just smiling underneath that costume the whole time?
100%, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the idea came to me this past Thursday night. I worked till midnight, and so I was bummed I didn't go to like the initial premiere. And so I'm sitting in my office in here, and I'm like working on a project, and I just thought to myself, I'm like, how fucking funny would it be to ride my one wheel, make it a worm, and just ride it to when I go see it? And I saw it Friday night, loved it, and knew I had to make it happen. And just spent my whole weekend just like building a freaking worm to go do it.
Wow.
So you get this idea to do this, okay, and spend hours obviously thinking it up and how are you going to do it. Did you think it was going to go viral like this, or you just like, oh, it's going to be just fun to do this?
You know, I thought it was hilarious myself. I was laughing at it, and I was like, man, like, if I think it's funny, like, hopefully other people will think it's hilarious. And,
well, I feel like you have, like, a niche. Where's my hand? A niche inside a niche. You have Dune lovers, who that's a whole crowd of people. And then you have One Wheel. And so it's like, you just got two communities in one that are just a total fan of you.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked out. Yeah, definitely was not expecting it. I thought maybe, like, I'd get, you know, some good response on Instagram, but I had no idea it would, you know, go all over the internet. It's wild.
And it really has. It's been really cool to watch. Again, you're landing here because we are fans of Dune, but really it's because what you were riding in the worm, right? Because this is a one wheel location for us. We love one wheels, and so it's like, hold on, this guy's mobbing on a one wheel, and I love watching what people do with one wheels in costumes, and so spectacular job. What one wheel are you riding underneath that?
Right now I am rocking, well, it's kind of taped up, but
don't ruin the costume for us.
But we got to do some major repairs. Just the classic old trusty pint, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love her.
But yeah.
Now, do you both ride? Or is it just you?
So Jesse, yeah. I mean, in short, he's a big one wheel guy. He's got a lab that he loves that loves to run around. And honestly, Jesse isn't the most athletic guy, so he needs a little bit of help getting around the whole lot.
Oh, so sweet.
But he's been a one wheel fan kind of since the beginning. The 5 times that I've ridden it, I've always ended up on the ground. So
Don't let your first time.
I mean, yeah, the first time I rode it, I'm excited to go fast. I like to snowboard, so I have some balance, but I'm just wanting to tilt this thing as fast as it can go.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the little safety feature, the pushback. You fought it. So I fought it, and then I ended up just scraping up everything.
Yep.
All on his hands.
That's how it goes.
I felt terrible. But we learned.
I hopped back on later and had a good time. So yeah.
Wait, but hold on, Nathan. You're the guy that seems to be filming everything. Then please tell me you have that on video. That your first ride to fall.
Well, that's actually the curse of being the guy that holds the camera. Is that when you do crazy stuff,
it never gets filmed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I tend to be the guy that films around here, and I've learned when I'm going to go do something, I intend to hand the camera to Lily. Lily,
you
film
need to
this.
record this.
Lily, before we even get going, am I in the center of the shot? How much headroom do I have? All of that stuff. So that's funny.
So then, well, we might be getting ahead of it, but Nathan, were you not on a one wheel when you were filming The Worm? Were you just on your feet?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we have to get something straight here. Well, while Jesse thought of this originally the Thursday night, the timeline for me to prepare and to think about like shot lists, literally anything else inside of there, was very small.
Right.
We both watched the movie separately on a Friday night, and then he immediately texted me when it ends, like, dude, we got to come back here. I got to wear my suit, and I need you to film. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go watch the same movie 2 days in a row. He goes, and then Sunday is finally the day that it happens. No, I didn't ride a one wheel.
Got the drone.
Yeah, I did bring the drone. Using a one wheel and, if you're using like a Ronin, some type of gimbal or stabilizer, you get incredible footage. So I'm a big fan of actually doing that.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done it here, but no, not this time.
Not this time. Now, okay, so it's interesting to hear the timeline there. Thursday, the idea. Both you go watch the movie on Friday separately.
Why didn't you just go together?
Because it
Different
gets off at
time?
midnight.
Great question. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what. My brother and I got our tickets so far in advance that like it sold out, and I was in Dolby, like in the middle. No way in hell I'm losing that seat, right? So
Yeah.
Right.
This makes me want to watch Dune. I've never even seen the first one. You guys are selling me.
That's what I was gonna say.
You're selling me.
Wait, hold on, wait. Give the advice again. What are you saying there, Nathan?
You got to watch the first one before the second one. You can't just go out because
Right.
this is a big phenomenon now. Like both
Yeah.
are
For sure.
great.
Yeah, but
I will do it. I will watch the first one by myself.
Yeah, this
I will do it.
sequel is definitely not, I'll just catch up on the storyline in the sequel. This is not one of those. This isn't Twilight.
Right.
You've got to
I
know.
will say, it's just like any great trilogy. At this point, you've got the first one that really sets the story. The second one's going to be packed full of action, a lot of development. And then we're hoping that the next one will have some exciting conclusion.
Dune Messiah should be pretty.
Yeah.
So-
I love it.
Yeah.
So you've always been a fan of this movie? Like,
Well, it's a book. It's a book first.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Frank
so-
Herbert wrote the book, and I started to read it a long time ago, and then I quit. So I'm like, I don't really get this whole like religion thing. It's kind of weird. I gave up on it. The movie came out, and I was like, I get it now. This is what it's about. I understand. And so I like picked the book back up and read the first half. Stopped where the first movie ended. So I've waited all this time,
That's awesome.
for
Wow.
to get the answer. I could have finished the book, but I'm like, no, I genuinely want to be surprised and like not know going into the movie. And that just made the experience like even better, because like literally just like everything, like no idea, like, oh my God, is Paul gonna die? Like what? Just like
Right.
And
Wow.
contextually, guys, like you have to understand this about Jesse. We're in his little home office here where he's got a couple 3D printers and an entire bookcase full of board games and book series galore. This guy is a big nerd.
Yes.
Right? So loves sci-fi, loves to get caught up in the story. So as far as Dune specific fandom, I wouldn't necessarily put him in that category, but he appreciates great sci-fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this story, it's been a fun one to kind
This
of
fits right
talk
with
back
it.
and forth about and get excited about.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's been a long time since a movie's dropped like Dune, right? Like where it's epic and it's that fantasy side of things. And so if for those that are fans of it, this is your movie, right? Like you don't have it. I like it. I thought the cinematography of the first one was mind blowing.
I probably fell asleep during it, to be honest with you.
I watched it without you, so
It's a good slow burn.
it is. It's a lot of, like you said, character development and stuff. Okay, but we're not ruining anything for anyone that's never watched it. Go watch it. You're going to enjoy the movie. We've not given any secrets away outside of that. There is a worm in there. Okay, that's it.
That's in the previews, though.
Okay, so we're going to roll some of the footage of you guys. Like, it looks like one of these, I think on TikTok, it looks like you are kind of hiding out behind some kind of storage unit, and then you just come out in the parking lot. That's my, my investigation here. So here's your TikTok. Yeah, right here. Explain to us what we're seeing.
So, this kind of comes from my days as a mascot at OU. I would always, we have to go like to a room or like behind like an alley to change out of sight, and then you kind of just make your appearance, right? So I just kind of carried that into this, and I'm like, I'm gonna, change. And thankfully, they had a sweet like storage unit to the side, absolutely perfect for what I need. And I'm suiting up, and Nathan has a video of him walking up on me, just like tying a turban, and just so ridiculous.
Like honestly, the whole thing is crazy because same day we decide to go out there, that's when we call the movie theater and say, hey, is it cool? I've got a buddy, he's in a costume, so he's going to have a mask on, and he's going to be riding something like a motorized vehicle indoors. Is that cool? And then Jesse decides we're just going to hide behind this giant pillar and make an appearance, which, in that clip you're playing right now, there were a couple of guys. These were the first two people that I witnessed seeing this costume, and they are literally jumping up and down. Like
jumping for joy.
They're
like,
excited.
They're clapping, and I'm like, hell yeah. Like,
That's
they're hyping up.
awesome.
I'm like, all right, I'm doing something.
But, Jesse, he is a performer. Like, he enjoys, it's not just attention seeking or anything, but it's exciting. You worked hard on a costume. You make something that you really care about. You want people to share that appreciation. So that like first moment, I think, just fueled the fire. Be like, dude, we gotta keep going in there. Share this with more people.
You need to bring that to some cosplay convention or something.
Well, it actually has been there, hasn't it?
Yeah. So like the whole still suit, like the Fremen still suit, I built this past summer for a con. It was for Howler Con. It was the very first ever con for this book series called Red Rising, which everyone should read. It is the most epic, best book series ever written.
This is it. We're plugging it because he loves it.
This is amazing. I love this.
That's the board game. This is the first book.
Is it sci-fi?
Everyone, go read this book. Everybody, get started. Get hooked.
Get hooked.
I'm writing it down.
This is great. I don't know. I don't know how all the other interviews. Sorry, I don't know how all the other interviews have gone with you guys, but like we haven't got this from the other things I've read. This is great. You guys.
Yeah, this is really fun. Actually,
you guys are a good duo. You're working well with each other. I can see how the video had all the makings to be viral just by getting to chat with the two of you. I just got my cheeks are hurting from smiling at the two of you this entire time.
No, it is cool. I mean, I think there's a lot of thought. Jesse just loves this, and I really hope that he can continue to build from this and continue to create experiences for people to enjoy. But beyond just wanting something cool to gain from it, there was some planning that went into it, but there was a video that another guy captured that was the original reason that this picked up some steam. And so even when it comes to that, I think Mr. Beast, the #1 YouTuber. He's talked about the fact that if other people see something cool, they're going to share it. So whether or not you end up getting credit for the thing that you've created, people just love things that, display passion. So this whole thing, I just love it for Jesse. It's cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys are so fun. So the worm suit already existed.
No.
Why did it?
Yeah, this book you did. Yeah, and I wore that, and I won the costume contest at that con, which was super fun.
That's awesome.
Pierce Brown is there, you know, it's his convention. So to like have the author, like, you know, sign everything and like, you know, I got a nerdy sci-fi wolf helmet I was wearing with the still suits, you know, signed by him.
Awesome.
I'd say it was kind of a combination. Like he had the core component of the suit, and then it's figuring out what other ancillary things can I add to it with some goggles and the turban. And then really the biggest part, I'd say, if Jesse just showed up wearing, you know, a Fremen still suit, it'd be cool. You know, people would maybe be like, oh, that guy really went all out.
Yeah.
But the thing that takes it to the next level is really using this pint and putting a worm on it.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, that's really the thing I think that people really gravitated towards.
Yeah, and I think the thing that solidified it for me is like seeing it Friday and like the most epic scene. It's in the trailer, so I can say this. Yeah, dude,
yeah, we have a shot of it. We have a shot of what you're going to talk about. We'll put it up while you. It's just a still. It's a still, so we're not ruining the movie. We're not. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, when he gets his first ride, it is like one of the most epic scenes like ever. And so I was just like, man, if I could make like a funny version of that, like I'm doing it. So it just festered in my head, that idea. And I was like, I'm making this happen. So the worm is just, it's so simple. Like I was just like, how hard can it be? Like it's a tube, right? So ran to Target, grabbed 2 kid like play tunnel collapsible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
$20 a pop, and then grabbed some massage hooks. People have pointed that out, and I'm like, yeah, that's what they are. But and then tied it together, wrapped it in some fabric from Joann's Fabric, some worm fleshy looking fabric. This is a bed sheet actually that I just spray painted because I didn't have enough fabric for the whole worm, which is quite a little different. But I feel like I did a good job matching it a little bit. And
yeah, you wouldn't notice. It's great.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Thank you. The first time I went to ride it was Saturday night, because that was the second time I was going to go see the movie. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ride in. And I got everything ready. Literally had this like ready to go, but I didn't like tape the front securely enough. And all these cars in the parking lot, it's like nighttime, are shining their headlights on me. Security had pulled up just to check in. So he's there watching. And everyone's just watching me fail because this thing gets sucked into the boat. I'm like tripping. I didn't eat shit or anything, but I was just like not able to ride it. And this thing is slippery. Like standing on one wheel with like fabric on top, it is so slippery. It's wild. Like, there's no grip. So the massage hooks were super clutch because they actually helped me like balance and to stand on the worm.
It's a lot of stability. So, I mean, literally what Paul is doing in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, actually doing their job. Like, this is awesome. But, so I was like, okay, I can't go this whole weekend and not get a vid. So I fixed everything, and Nathan and I went Sunday to get the final shot. But
yeah, I knew it was a one wheel when you watch it. You're like totally a one wheel underneath there. But in my mind, I was like, man, to not have grip tape on your feet on the one wheel, I was like, that's sketchy. Because in front of people, right? It's kind of. I'm laughing with you that, if you're going to eat it, you're eating it in front of everybody on Saturday night while you learn on the fly. And people, you know, they don't even know it's probably a one wheel underneath there. The thing that makes the costume with the one wheel so great is there's no sound coming out from whatever you're riding. Like if you did an electric skateboard, you would hear that. You would have had a remote in your hand. But the one wheel with the silent motor and no remote it worked.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then Jimmy Fallon picks up on it, and he rolls his was it Monday night, his monologue, right? With your footage. Were you just losing your mind?
Yeah, I was watching Shogun with my brother and got a notification on my phone about Jimmy Fallon, like within a few hours of it being posted. I was like, and it's wild because like I was joking like to him. I was like, dude, what if this like, you know, went on like to Jimmy Fallon? Like I told him about Jimmy Fallon. That'd be wild. And then like literally that same day, like that night, I'm like, what is going on? Like, so I drank the water of life at the end of my video, and I made a toast. I'm like, hey, may all your visions and dreams come true. Drink the water of life, do my shake bit. And then like all my visions and dreams are coming true, man. It's all just like happening. Jimmy Fallon. So that was super fun to see that.
Now, did you have
that video that you're rolling right now. So that was captured by the random guy we don't know. I think Josh Gammon.
Yeah, Josh Gammon. He's
so I think Jesse actually got notified by Josh that Jimmy had picked up the story.
Oh, that's cool.
Because really, like if you look at maybe the follower count or the influence of both Jesse and Josh, we're talking sub 10K. You know, just guys who are doing their thing, enjoying life. But I kind of just go back to it, like the story got picked up because people just love it. You know, the idea of going to the movies and you like participating with the film. COVID really wrecked a lot of like movie going experiences, and now we're a couple years kind of out of that. So it is really just refreshing to see that. Yeah, it goes up to the top maybe of the entertainment category where Jimmy Fallon's like, hey, this is pretty cool. You know, so it's cool for Jesse to have that experience, be like, that's awesome. We love
to make him laugh, so I was like super happy about that.
Yeah, I thought his opening monologue with it, his lead in and the lead out of the whole thing, talking about you riding a worm and then somebody getting a worm or their worm stuck in an escalator was very funny, and I just laughed.
You know, I couldn't imagine, you know. That visual, I was just like, dude, I don't want any part of that.
No, thank you. No, thank you at all. But again, super excited for you, both of you, to be able to watch somebody do something that they love just for fun, not in hopes to get viral, right? I think those that do things and go, I hope it goes viral, tend not to. It's when you least expect it, it goes viral, and then all of a sudden you're just soaking it all in. There's no disappointment if it didn't, and it's only excitement because it has. And so, well done on the two of you. And then Entertainment Weekly sat both of you down, or just you, Jesse, and interviewed you?
Yeah, it was just me. I work weird hours. I work 3:30 to midnight, so I'm like, yeah, I can call you guys like on my lunch break. And I had a call with Entertainment Weekly. Super nice people. And that same lunch break, I talked to IGN as well, which was just wild. And both of those guys are great. And just kind of told them what we've been telling you guys about that day. So it's been fun.
Yeah, this is we're going to make it full screen here. This is that article that everybody can go to Entertainment Weekly. You just search Dune viral video, and our little article pops up there, which is pretty cool. Your video's down below if people want to scroll through it and read it. Great article. It was fun to read, and just, again, to follow again, I love it when somebody gets to be doing what they love, get some recognition for it. I can't help but smile for you, the two of you. And so, do you have it? Do you have any more interviews, any more things set up for the two of you? Or are you just taking it day at a time at the moment?
Yeah, I got a couple more news things I got to do. But yeah, it's wild. It's just slowly adding up. ONEWHEEL reached out directly, which has been pretty sweet. They're sending me new gear. I don't know what that means, but I gave them my address, and so they're sending me new gear, which I'm stoked about. So.
That's awesome.
The crazy part, like he's doing another News on 6 thing, which is our local news.
Yeah.
The two guys that we saw at the very beginning that were jumping up and down,
Dave and the other guy.
They're anchors on 6. So,
oh my god!
It's just meant to be, you know.
Yeah,
that's
they just
hilarious.
finished the movie and we're talking, and they've read all the books. They're huge like Dune nerds, and so like to see it, they were like the ideal people to see.
Yeah,
that,
to see you and do that.
What's taking them so long? Jimmy Fallon, who is a national guy, right? Why is your local news? Why didn't they pick? Come on, they're real slow, right? They should have done this the next day.
That's awesome.
They're doing great, man. Hey, we got a lot of stuff going on in Oklahoma.
We do.
Yeah.
You know, there's tornadoes sometimes. And,
yeah. That's actually what I was going to say as I introduced you. The only time you hear Oklahoma typically is this time of season because tornadoes are coming through. So a different kind of tornado is taking over right now. It's you guys.
there it is. That's good. I like that. Yeah, good. That was good to save that one, for later.
Yeah, okay. It's the callback. It was a callback to where we were trying to come from at the beginning. And so, man, we are great friends with the team out in One Wheel. It's been an honor to hang with them, be out there. When they say they're going to send you something, man, you're going to get hooked up with some sweet swag.
That's amazing.
They're very kind in those things. They love when people love what they've created. So you'll get some really cool. I'm sure you're going to get probably this sweatshirt, this hat kind of deal from them, and so much more. So, and then
maybe a GTS.
Yeah, you need a GTS, bro. Like if you had a GTS,
yeah, I would love to upgrade. That'd be awesome.
Maybe they'll throw one of those in the box for you. Like, hey,
that'd be amazing.
We'll upgrade you from a Pint to GTS because those things mob. Have you rode one of those yet? A GTS?
No, just the Pint.
Oh, okay. Somebody.
What's the upgrade? What should he expect?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so worth it.
There's so much power in this thing. Like it's like the speed, the torque. It's.
The Pint is like you just got your feet wet. Like you really haven't experienced much at all. Okay. The Pint's awesome, but
Lily started on the Pint.
I started on a Pint, loved it. Nathan, I had a crazy wreck on a Pint, so I'm with you. But yeah, you're dipping your toes is the best way that I can explain.
Yeah, okay. And then there's some great trails out there in Oklahoma. I don't know if you realize this, that you should be mobbing on a one wheel.
Yeah.
And a GTS would allow you to just love that. Like go watch your sci-fi movie and then go play out in the sand and you'll feel like you are in the movie Dune, I suppose, but on your one wheel.
There's this one place over on the west side. It's a great salt plains. So it's a little bit of a drive for us from here in Tulsa. Great visual place to go and just mob. I mean,
we might have to do that.
We will. No, we will.
You're going to be making your own movies.
Here in Tulsa, we have the Turkey Mountain, which is a great place.
Yep.
We have recently, some guys have come out and really upped that game. And then, we've got Arkansas as our neighbor. So going out to Bentonville, I've definitely seen a bunch of guys riding their one wheels, the big boys out there. So
There is a female one-wheeler. I don't know how much you all know about like the one-wheel racing league and the one-wheel racing community, but there's a female that just started pro racing and she will likely be at the biggest race of the year because
she's a contender to win.
She's a contender to win. It's her first time in the one-wheel racing circuit and she's from Oklahoma.
I think Tulsa.
Yeah, she's right from Tulsa.
She is from Tulsa.
Yeah, she's from Tulsa.
She's been riding for 8 months probably by now.
She rides around in Tulsa, and then she is in Arkansas and Bentonville and Eureka Springs all the time.
So the good things do come. Good things do come from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We totally know her. I mean, Tulsa's not that big, 600,000.
Okay, hey, this is what I think you got to do. You got to while it's hot right now, you got to go to that salt flat area, take the worm, and do another version of this. Yeah. Because people are going to want a little bit of content of it. You've got it made. Secure the worm to your one wheel nicely and get out there. And then for you to understand in the one wheel community, if you want to make sure one wheel continues to post your stuff on that worm, make sure you got a helmet on. They will not post if it doesn't appear to have a helmet on. And so just giving you a hack to make sure you can get reposted by them. But go out there and take the drone from the... Right? Like, you could really make this thing the sequel of what you're doing.
Well, here's what
we're here for you. I'm telling you. We want you to succeed.
Yeah, that's right. You should invite Jimmy Fallon to do this with you.
Yeah, invite Jimmy.
Yeah.
You need to invite Jimmy. Just reach out to him and say, "Hey, I'll set this up. You come ride.
You come ride. Don't word it though. Don't do this. Don't go. Hey Jimmy, would you like to come out and ride my worm? That could be awkward. Okay, so don't go. Probably change.
But you could make like we'll storyboard this with you. You could make like a Dune 3 trailer and have Jimmy come and show up and like be like a cameo in it and
like first look. This is the first look of the Dune 3.
Yeah, first look. Part 2 viral. No one would have known it was filmed in Oklahoma.
Right,
no one will know.
It could actually work. I mean, and then we would have the camera for the first time that Jimmy eats it on a pint. So
yes.
Yes.
And then One Wheel can come in, and it's actually a One Wheel ad. Got to get a GTS.
You got to get a GTS. Can't be rolling in the dirt with a pint.
This is what happens when a bunch of creatives get together.
Yeah. We talk about these ideas, but no, seriously, I think it could be like for you guys to drop another Dune style video. That is maybe out in those soft flats. I think that would be awesome because people are, I'm assuming, following you because your Instagram handle is Red Prince Rising. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's my main one.
He's really is a big fan of
that book. Yeah.
I had no idea what that. I didn't know it until you were talking about it, what it was. I was like, oh, maybe this guy prints things. I don't know. And then now I know. I'm educated. He's much smarter and wiser than I started this day with. Thank you. But have you gained more followers in all your social media platforms now?
Yeah, I've gained a decent amount on Instagram. TikTok, I rarely used. I would just post dog videos, and I have a few riding my one wheel with my dog, and that's been fun. And he's really good. He'll stay right by you off leash, so I'm not worried about him. But yeah, on the TikTok, I literally had 32 followers from those dog videos. Now it's close to 3,000, and
oh my gosh,
close to 6 million views on that page right now.
You gotta keep it going.
Yeah, well, I think I know I'm not the one filming and flying the drone and stuff. I would if I was there with you guys because it would be awesome to do.
Can you please make your dog a character? And have him in.
Are there animals?
Is there something?
Give the people what they want. Make him another worm or something.
Actually, that'd be awesome if he's running next to you in his own little worm suit.
Somehow, something.
Dude, you just keep getting better and better. I love it.
Yeah, you had no idea what when you said yes to hanging with us. You had no idea what you're getting. I'm sure you're like, okay. I don't even know if you did your research on who we were. You just sure, send me a link. So I appreciate that. So we're kind of now here we are throwing a million ideas at you. Hopefully one of them sticks for you guys. And again, I think if you create that content while you got the new subscribers or followers and stuff, all of a sudden.
What's the saying? Strike it while it's hot?
Yeah.
What is it?
What is it?
Strike while the iron's hot.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
Do that, guys. Do that.
So the movie's doing quite well in the box office as well. So you got to leverage while Dune 2 is hot because it does have a short shelf life until the next one comes out. And so, man, if you guys make another one and you kind of put it and share it to everybody and see what sticks, I don't know. It'd be cool to get you guys.
You're right. When this stuff happens, nobody knows what's going to pop off. You don't necessarily say, let's go make a viral video. But Jesse is conscious of what goes on in media. And so really his motivation to get it out there really quickly was being conscious of that.
Like opening weekend, it has to happen this weekend.
And it was really cool even then for, Timothy Chalamet to have a response and look at that. So even, as you guys are describing, it's here's the deal. I love shooting video, and Jesse loves dressing up in his costumes, and people on the internet like watching videos of people dressed up in costumes. So
it's a winner.
It's a everybody wins scenario,
It really is. And again, as you picture, if you're saying you have the surroundings around you and it might be a little bit of a trip, but I think taking what you created and going to it could be pretty cool.
Well, and you're right. You said it earlier. It's something that you're passionate about, and you're not necessarily looking for it to go viral, but it's I love doing this. This is fun. I'm gonna make it happen. And then it's those things. It was a great idea, and bam, it goes. So.
Okay, as we land our time with you today, and we appreciate you guys. It's been such an honor to hang with you guys. Super creative. How can people? I know we just talked about Jesse, your Instagram handle, but how can they follow Nathan, you, and so they can stay in tune to what you guys are doing?
Yeah, sure. I have my own LLC. It's Nathan Roberts Creative. I just do general video stuff. So we're talking weddings and small ads for businesses, but just my personal Instagram would be great because I love just posting stories. Like the day we were out there, I did bring out the camera and took pictures, kind of behind the scenes stuff of Jesse, just things that he could print, put on his own wall to commemorate. It's a cool thing. So that Instagram handle, it's a little pun, so you guys get ready. It's Mr_Roberts_neighborhood. Big Mr. Rogers fan. So.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, great documentary on him, and when Tom Hanks. I got it. I'm following, tracking.
It's all good.
But all those things are great. And so then for you, Jesse, are they all Red Prince Rising? All your
Yeah, you can. I'm tying both my accounts together. I just had a personal account, and then I had my nerdy account separate for a while, and now I'm just like, they're both the same.
Yeah. Make life easy.
Jesse_Myer is my personal one, or you could check out Red Prince Rising. And people think like Prince, like crown. No, it's like 3D print, So
yes,
either one of those would work. And Red Prince Rising on TikTok as well.
Okay.
Followed.
Lily's over here following you, guys, as we speak. Lily's husband's at home, not feeling the greatest.
My husband would love this.
Yeah, I was gonna say he would
he
think
would
this
have
is
seen
amazing.
that shelf and been like, "Can we just move the camera?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
a little bit that way? So it was really fun to chat with you guys. Really fun to meet you.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
if you're ever in Minnesota, that's where we live. If you're ever in Minnesota, we'll let you ride our GTs, and we will hang out and have a really good time.
We will be down in we'll be in Eureka Springs in May. There's a big one-wheel race there. So if you want to come in and really ride that, where there's going to be 500 and some people on
Nathan,
top.
you can film with us. We film the whole thing.
Nathan, you can do the beginner course.
Yeah.
If you're not riding.
Yeah.
I will be there to entertain everybody with my wipeouts for sure. Yeah.
You won't be the only one.
You will not be.
Right
No, you won't.
You just need you need a GT. It's much more stable.
But if you guys made it to there, it's just down the road from you, and you come rolling up in that costume. Again, another way to keep that thing going.
The one wheel community would show you nothing but love.
I'll be there.
So the Dirt Surfers event is May 17th through the 19th, I believe it is. And it is, honestly, it's about 500 people, about 250 racers, and then a lot of spectators on top of a mountaintop right there in Eureka Springs. You can camp out, you can do hotels, all kinds. It's a great event, and that's cool. That'll be very close to you guys. It's obviously a little drive. For us, it's a big drive, but we make it. We bring down our crew, and we race, and we film, and we do what we do. So when you're talking, Jesse, Nathan, when you're talking about filming, I'm the filmer around here. I got the drones. I've got all the Sony gear that you're speaking of. I like that stuff. That's why it's so fun to talk to both of you, because it's like, no, I get both those worlds. I'm doing all of the above. So, well done for the two of you doing something that everybody hopes they do every time they post something in the social media space. You did what so many hope they can do. So super excited for you guys, and we hope the best in everything you do, and hopefully we get to see you out at Dirt Surfers. It'd be pretty cool to have you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We don't know who's coming. If we see you on a worm, we'll be like, we know who that is.
Yeah.
So, okay, anything else you guys want to say before we let you get back to your regular lives? Anything else?
Just appreciate you guys having us. This has been super fun.
Yeah, no, you guys have a good vibe. I mean,
yeah.
I'll be honest. I had never heard of you before. The one wheel world is cool. That's not where I've devoted a lot of my time to, but now I'm gonna be following along because you guys are awesome. You have the right attitude and you care about things. Like literally, people just want to follow other people who are passionate about something. Like I could talk to some guy who is a corn farmer, right? And if he loves the way that he farms his corn, man, I want to watch more about that. I think there's that guy that does the print stuff, old timey thing, whatever. Yeah. Like, so you guys, I get that passion back from you. So definitely gonna be following along for whatever your journey looks like. Absolutely.
That's
awesome.
That's what makes this so much fun. Is that when something goes viral, you're introduced to someone new, and you're like, I just want to succeed. Like, that's really what we want. We love people, and we love what you guys are doing, and we want you to succeed. So we cannot wait for the next thing to drop from you guys and what you create. So thank you.
For sure.
Thank you so much. And everybody listening or watching this, go follow their accounts. It's one way to just tell them we appreciate what they're doing. So thank you so much to you guys. Have a good one. Thank you. I do want to say a big thanks to everybody that watches every week on our YouTube channel, our podcast, or you listen to it. Without you, what would be the point? It would be just us hanging out in here doing nothing. Subscribe to the channel as we try to pump out as much one wheel content.